Hi everybody, welcome to Petra's Happy Place. I don't know if you've noticed, but I've got a new setup here and we'll see how it works. I'm kind of excited. Hopefully this will work out for all of us because I needed some space to be able to lay all my stuff out, to be able to show you. So, just a quick announcements. If you will please remember to keep in your prayers all those of our community that are struggling. There are a lot of them, and all it takes is for you to just basically look at your subscriptions and you'll see them. And just some of them that come to mind, we've got a lot of them that are very ill. We've got in our community, we have Linda, Just a Crochet's sister, and we've also got Charlie from Have a Yarn with Charlie. Her father-in-law is dealing with some tough issues. And those of you that are not directly affected but have other people in your lives that are affected, it takes a lot out of you. So also we've got Sandy from Crochet A. Her sister is having a really rough time. I'm not going to go into any details. Y'all can just visit their channels. But we've got so many in the community are struggling. They're sick because of a flu or the cold or allergies. Really struggling. Asthma, things like that. So just please keep everybody in your prayers. Thankfully, I have not been touched by this, and I even I don't work in a hospital. I work in an optometrist office, but I have to dress like this. So, anyway, I want to start with finished objects. Oh, actually, no, I'm not going to start with finished objects. I'm going to start with an acquisition, and I'm calling it an acquisition because I acquired it. Okay, so recently, Knit Crate had a double down sale, and I went ahead and, if you remember, let me see if I find it. Oops. This was the Knit Crate yarn that I got this month. It was the from Creative Grandma, her design, her colorway. I'm not sure exactly how that worked, but in the colorway Sky. And each one of these came in a 350 yard skein. So I've got Hank. So I've got 750. Oh, hello, math. Not a strong suit right now. 700. So I was looking at that, and then with my double down, I wanted to get another one that would give me enough to make a really cute summer top. So I went ahead and got another one. And so as long as they have them, I can go ahead, and I might even in the near future, I might go ahead and get another one just to be on the safe side. But for now, I've got, what's that going to be? 700 plus 350, 1,050 yards. So happy about that. Okay. Now let's do, I want to do my works in progress because I want to save my finished objects for last because I'm so excited about them. Okay, so my first thing I want to show you, and these are just smaller projects because my finished objects were larger projects, and I just needed a break from I finished all three of them within a couple days of each other. So I just wanted something to spark a little something in my brain here. So I went ahead and I started making another little soap pouch. I'm not done with it. I want to make it a little bit bigger, and it's a bigger soap pouch because you guys remember, I don't know if you remember, I don't have my soap. No, don't have my soap, but it was a larger thing of soap. But I just think it would be nice to put a nice big soap in there, and I have enough to make like a small face cloth or something, and these are going to go to Happy Mama. Okay, then I started something today, and I just wanted to use this yarn to try it. Now, that yarn I was using was the I Love This Cotton from Hobby Lobby. I've never used that before, and I am really, really loving it. I look forward to finishing that up, and the next time I see a sale, and I don't know, maybe they'll have clearance on some of them here coming up soon. But I think I'm going to get enough of the I Love This Cotton to make a summer top. That cotton is just amazing to work with. I love it. It's so soft. And I want to address something that somebody was asking about, and that was the cotton yarns bleeding. And I have noticed that. So I didn't have time to research this, but I would think that if you soaked it in vinegar and salt. Now, I don't know. There's something about salt. And if you have like just a regular, I have like one of those kitchen tub things. You can find them in any store, I guess, Walmart, any box store. But soak it in vinegar, your project that is, and see if that doesn't help set the color on your yarn. And I'm hoping, because I did make a purple washcloth, or dish rag, I should say, for my mom, and it really turned the water purple. So she hasn't used it since, and I think it's because that she didn't want that to go through the wash. So anyway, I will do some testing when I get done with this project. I will do some testing on it and see if I can't figure out what needs to be done to set the color, and I'll be able to share that with you. All right, so the next thing I'm working on, I decided to use some Ferris wheel, and this is in the colorway Summer Day. And these colors, even though it says Summer Day and it's showing pretty true to color, it looks almost like a fallish palette. I thought, well, I'll go ahead and do it because I wanted to work with the yarn. So I started a one ball shawl, and I don't know if I'm doing it exactly the way it was written, but anyway, I just think it's going to come along real pretty, and I like the way the colors go so very smoothly. There's not a harsh transition from one color to another, so I'm liking that. And I probably have enough in this one skein to do two, well, maybe not quite, but I could just go ahead and use the entire ball cake. This is a cake of yarn. So that was that one. Okay. And I don't know if you noticed, but this is what I use. I have done some rearranging all together, and I have put some projects, well, most of the projects in progress, works in progress, I've put them in my living room. That is where I generally do my crocheting, so I can just reach across, grab a project, work on it. Another thing that I started doing was I wanted to use my new Tunisian hooks, okay? So I don't even know if I put it together right or not. Oops, I can see that it's unscrewing. Okay, so I'm not sure how to prevent that, but I'm not even making anything specific. Right now, all I'm doing is let me just get that off. I'm just trying out different stitches. This is just the plain stitch here. I was trying to play with the purl stitch just to see if I could do it. And then that's the honeycomb. And I do like the patterns that they make. Now, I will say, though, that Tunisian, to me, is very much like knitting in that it takes so long. I mean, it took me probably an hour and a half, almost 2 hours, to do this small piece right here. And I don't know, for me, that just seems like it took too long. I mean, I could whip something like this up in 5 minutes if I was crocheting. So, but I do like the pattern, and I think if I practiced it enough, I can see I've made some mistakes already, but I think if I practice the Tunisian stitch a little bit more, it would really make a nice fabric. I'm not sure what I would make with it. I'm sure it would make some beautiful items of clothing, but I would definitely have to do a lot more practicing. And I'm just practicing with this Care and Kindness yarn. And it was something that I had on the shelf and I wasn't going to be using anytime soon for something. So I thought, I'll just use that to try it. I guess I could have used some of my scrap yarn, but I'd have to actually pull the drawer out. Yeah. Okay, so are y'all ready to see my finished objects? Oops. Okay, so some of them you might have already seen, but here we go. This one is my Friday Cardi. I made the sleeves a little bit more, they're more narrow. I used a 3-weight yarn and not a 4-weight yarn on this. And I am in love with this cardigan. This is my, I would call it my piece de résistance. Yep, I love it. I love the way it came together on the sides, even though the colors don't match up. I don't care. It just, oh goodness, it's just the right length, and it's so warm. I wore it on top of my scrubs yesterday, and I had a long, thermal shirt on. I actually got too warm, and I had to take this off. Now, this is, like I said, done with 3-weight, that ice cream big scoop. So that's what I was using on this one. Okay, and that was on Fancy not too long ago. Now, this one I completed yesterday, or no, day before, excuse me. This is my hexagon cardigan, campfire cardigan, whatever you want to call it. And it is so soft, y'all. It's so soft. Now, right now, it's more like a crop length, and the sleeves are just coming down to, I'd say, about right here. They're not all that long. The only problem I have with this is that in the middle, where, let me see if I can hold it up where y'all can see it. In the middle where I've joined them, now you're supposed to have this middle part, there's 4 rows. There's these 4 rows right here that are added to the back to accommodate the neck, okay? But down at the bottom, it kind of like rises up a little bit. And I don't like that. Now, I have not added any borders to this. So I'm thinking what I might do is, if I want to add, I really have to think about this, if I want to add just 1 row of border, because, here, let me put it on to show you, because apparently when you do a pattern the way I've been doing it, the Friday Cardi, it comes down to here because you're using panels. You see, here, this is all one piece, okay? So I like it together, but if I put a couple rows on it, it's going to be like off my shoulders. It's going to be more, I don't know. And you can't see. I'm sorry. Can't turn around. You still won't be able to see. Well, maybe you will. Hold on. I'm going to turn. Let's see. Yeah, I think maybe you can see how it kind of rides up a little bit right in here. So, yeah, I don't know if you have any thoughts, opinions, suggestions of what you think I might be able to do. I'd love to hear them. But I love the fact that I didn't make it longer like it was suggested. I just have it a crop length. And I really like it crop. Okay, then the last one I finished is another Friday Cardi, but I did it in this dark coral color with a black trim. And I wore it today at work. Now, this is a 4-weight. I used the Impeccable yarn with a 5.5 millimeter. And this thing was super warm at work today. Isn't that pretty? Now, the only thing is, and I remember now Jeannie saying it, do you see how you can see the stitches here in the black? Now, she said it didn't bother her, but that a lot of her, let me pull it down just a little bit. A lot of her viewers, those that were making the pattern, complained a little bit that they didn't like that going in like that. And I forgot that she had mentioned in her video that maybe the best way to do it was to make the first row the same color as your fabric, and then add your trim color, your trim. That way it would be a whole lot neater along that edge. But, to me, like Jeannie always says, you've always got to make something twice, okay? That other one I made once. It was a 3-weight using a 5 millimeter hook, and this one I used a 4-weight with a 5.5 millimeter hook. And I really love both of them. This one, although it's not like the softest, I think once I run it through the wash a time or two, that is really going to soften up, and it's just going to be beautiful. See how the shoulders kind of here, and that's only because it's the panels. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that, if anything. So, and it's longer. Let me see if I can show you how long it is. See, it comes down to hip length, and there we go. Yeah, it's right there at my hips, maybe a little bit lower. My hips are about right here. So, there we go, y'all. What do you think? I got 3 sweaters done, and I've got a couple small things that I'm just playing with, basically, just trying to test yarn. My next, what I want to do next is use my, let's see here. I can't find it. I've put it away. Okay, so, yeah, I put it away so well that I can't find it. That new yarn that I got from Lion Brand, that True Boo, I think I want to use that and go ahead and start making my a summer top. And I think I'm going to make I'm going to start off with a sleeveless, make it a sleeveless tank looking thing. And I don't know as if I'm going to use a pattern. I'm going to try to do it on my own. I'll try to do, I like V-necks best, so I'm going to try to do a V-neck. And if I have enough yarn, I might make a little cap sleeve. I don't know yet. I haven't decided how I'm going to do that, but that's my plan. I still have my Arctic that I'm working on in my temperature blanket. I'll show you how far I've come. I only do, and in case you don't know, I only do it on Sundays, okay? And I can already see I'm not making it wide enough, but I don't even care. It'll be a really long thing, but I only do it on Sundays. And this is how far I've come. And I know it looks big right here, but that's because I had 2 weeks of the same, 2 weeks of the same color, because it was close to the same temperature. All right, so that's all I got to say about that. So anyhow, that is all I've got to show you for today. If you have any questions about what you've seen, please leave it in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to get an answer to you as soon as I can. I will make myself a note to come back on and give you the results of after I wash that cotton yarn. In fact, I've got a couple cotton projects that I probably should wash, and just to see how things go. So, in the meantime, I'm going to get back to trying to design and figure out my next project. If you've got some helpful tips, or if you got an idea that you'd really like to see me do, just remember I'm only going to try to be I'm only going to try to crochet wearable items here in the next several months. So if you've got some ideas, ponchos, tops, like a pretty summer cowl or things like that, let me know, please. Oh, and even dresses. I think I'd like to try my hand at making a dress. So, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Remember that Jesus is life. Yarn is happiness and joy, all right? It's my passion. I also like other things, but not right now. So, I hope you guys have a great one. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.